TikTok. I'm back again with another life lesson. Hope everybody's having a good day, behaving yourselves and being nice to others the best way you can. Today's life lesson is gonna be about forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself and giving yourself grace during your healing process, healing journey. You're gonna have periods of times where you're gonna be just having a normal day, going about your day, and you can just, out of nowhere, you just hear a song or you hear a word or something, and it automatically is gonna trigger you. You're gonna either get mad and you're gonna get sad. You're gonna feel a lot of things. But the best thing you can do when those feelings arise is to sit in it. Cry if you need to cry. Punch the sky, the air, whatever you need to do to get it out of you, but sit in it. And once you sit in it and you accept that, okay, it happened, there's nothing you can do about it, you can't change it, you have to learn from it, and you take that lesson and you just apply it, take action to your current life and future life. And you know now what to look for and how to proceed. But the best thing you can do is sit in those emotions, and you never know when it's gonna hit you. You can be having the best of days, and all of a sudden you just start crying because it's just like you're kind of upset with yourself. But at the same time, you know, you have to remember you were the giver most likely in the relationship, and there's a high percentage that you gave more than you probably should have, and way more than what they deserve. And you have to accept that, but at the same time, on the flip side of it, you have to look at it as, you know, you did the best you could. You know for a fact that you gave 110% and plus. You know that you sacrificed your feelings, your emotions to make something work, and it didn't work. And the best thing you can do is, when you start having those moments, just remember, you know for a fact, you did everything in your power to make it work. And they are the reasons why it had to go. You had to go your separate ways. You were growing, they were not. That's plain and simple. That's the clear-cut version of it. And you gotta give yourself grace, because you can't blame yourself for something that you didn't know. And even if you repeated the same mistake, that just shows your character, that just shows who you are as a person. And furthermore, when the person that is most likely gonna make you a villain in their story, it's going to make them look kind of silly, because you're gonna see who did more with their life after the breakup and who chose to stay right there in victim lane. It's gonna be obvious, but you really have to give yourself grace. Also, something else you have to look on the positive side. When you leave a situation like that, knowing that you did everything in your power, as you get closer to acceptance, you're gonna start feeling this joy of you knowing that you left with a clear conscience. And when you get to that point where you know for a fact that there was no retaliation, there was no vengeance, you left, actually, I'm pretty sure, at the end of the day, wanting nothing but the best for them. But you can't tell them that, because they would take that as, oh, you still want me or whatever, instead of seeing it for what it really is. So if you could walk away with clean hands, there's no if in it. When you walk away with clean hands and knowing for a fact that you did everything in your power, in your will to make it work. That's why you have to give yourself grace. And as far as when you get to your healing process about trusting others, let me just say, I haven't tested it out yet. I don't know how it's going to work, but I can tell you this. When the time comes and you want to entertain other people, it really depends on the person, basically. You know, you'll be at a point where you'll be able to tell if they are being their authentic selves, or if they're just putting on a mask. You know, you'll be able to know, and you'll be able to know quicker than probably what you used to, because you're now more aware, because you've taken that time to heal those inner emotions and deep emotions, and you're going to have discernment to know, okay, you know what to look for, and you pay attention to your intuition. Most importantly, your intuition is going to be your guide every time. Nobody can take away your intuition. You have the power to make your intuition work for you, but in order to do so, you have to be in an environment for you to be able to hear it. And that's why you have to get out of the chaos and all that other stuff. But always leave a situation with a clear conscience, because I can promise you, when you cut all ties and you know you've done everything you could, that is going to be the strongest point that is going to get you through your healing journey. But give yourself grace, and don't shut your heart off. You know, you can guard your heart, but don't close it off. So you know whether or not, if, say, somebody from your past wants to try to come back around. Now, let's be totally realistic here. If it was someone that did something to affect your livelihood, like made you homeless, or put you in a legal situation that they know could have really messed up your life, you know, or someone that abused you, that toxicity, that stuff, no, I'm not even recommending even nothing with those people. They are done. Matter of fact, they won't even exist. Once you start truly healing, they don't even exist. They do not exist. But if it's someone that you know is a good person, and you see that they're trying to do better, and they're putting forth the effort to show up and communicate, then in a situation like that, you know, I say go with your intuition, go with your gut. These are not anything I have put into action, because I have been truly focusing on myself. But I will say my heart is guarded, but it's not closed. So, and trust me, as a empath, and knowing that I could possibly risk at getting myself hurt again, I have faith in me to know that when and if that person comes along, I will know exactly who they are. I have no doubt about that. So, but that's where I'm at in my life. And I'm still in the healing process, but it doesn't mean you can't heal with someone else that's trying to heal too, is basically what I'm trying to say. So, tickety talk. That is my message for today, for forgiving yourself. And remember, forgiving yourself is a form of self-care. You have to forgive yourself. And matter of fact, you will get to a point where when these emotions hit you out of nowhere, you'll be like, damn it, why? And then you'll be like, okay, all right, whatever it was, what it was, bye, see you later, okay. And you're gonna move on. You're gonna think about, you're gonna blast some music, and you're gonna be, what was that? Okay. You know, so seriously, I hope you guys take this message and you use it to your life. Because, like I said, I only speak on experience or things I have seen personally. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be nice, be kind. Peace and love, for real, for real. Bye.